Okay, so recording in progress. Yes, I'm absolutely pissing myself because of something that Pammie just said before I pressed record, and it would have been hilarious if it was on video, but we'll just have to know what it was she said, and it'll be forever a mystery. A little bit like us high priestesses. Um, so this is my friend. This is one of my best friends, Pammie, and one of my soul fam clients. And yeah, well, I've just invited Pammie like I did with Marjorie, and like I've got someone else sharing later on in the week too, and I'm going to show these throughout the challenge, but we're filming this at the weekend. So yeah, I'm just going to basically leave it over to Pammie to explain a wee bit of just explain, yeah, her experience of doing a bit of work with me, and particularly when we done the self-love and empowerment package, the therapy. And yeah, just whatever naturally comes up that Pammie wants to share. But yeah, so basically, do you want to start with what, where, why, what led you to get that sort of deeper support with me, or just any experience? You take it away.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So, I first came to Claire because I was curious about the astrology. She's absolutely amazing with astrology. I was very curious about myself, and because I'm Leo, and just she chatted a lot about astrology and the different signs in the 12th house, and Mercury in retrograde and the communications and all the different star signs and all the different planets. I was just curious, so that's how it all started. I got a reading, and I was like bang on. She was telling me that my communication, my Mercury in communication, is like hidden, and I find it hard sometimes to speak up, which is true.
Not
And
now.
yeah, not now, but in a kind, loving, polite way, and just found that that was really helpful, and it gave me a bit more insight, and nobody's ever done that before. It gave me really good insight into me as a person, personality, and shone a light on things that I wasn't really aware of. Where, um, yes, I wasn't aware of it at the time, but then I was like, yeah, oh, I see that now, and
Mhm.
that was just amazing. Then I was like, oh, this is amazing, and I was always saying yes, and always like, yes, I'll help you, I'll do this. A bit of a doormat, and yes, yes, women, as we all can be. And I found
Yes,
it really
I've been
hard
it.
yeah, I find it really hard to say no to people, and people. I felt like the no was like a naughty word. You couldn't say no to people. I also felt I wasn't very good with boundaries. A lot of people would be with getting the egos oh, but Pammie, you said you'd do that, and I felt guilty. Okay, yeah, yeah, but I didn't want to do maybe certain things. I felt I was pushing a corner, and Claire's helped me, really helped me, with the boundaries as well. And what's amazing is like I hadn't noticed people now, like good friends and family that are struggling with the boundaries that would absolutely be amazing, to get help from Claire, and she does it in a kind, loving way. And when I first came, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like probably like everybody does, yeah, I'm just gonna like come and just buy one. Yeah, I'll just do you know what, one will be fine. I'll just get, but do you know what it's like? I'll just be honest with you. It's like going to the gym and you think going to the gym is like, I'll just go there once and I'll get a six pack. Well, when does that ever
Yeah,
happen? Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Well, I'll just go
It's
once
like
and get
me
a
going a
six.
run on the beach once and then I'll lose all the weight, and it's like didn't happen.
And you'll be
Yeah.
running the marathon. You'll be running the London Marathon and the Edinburgh Marathon after the first run on the beach. Yeah, that's you don't need any more training. Well, I found that we went, and then I was like, "Oh, this is really good." Like, and then something else had crop up. I was like, "Oh well," like see, um, somebody I'd go about boundaries, but then something else, rather than just getting into more detail, and just like boring people's like people snoozing, something else would crop up, and then it would be like another situation, another situation. So in the end, I was like, well, this one session doesn't fit all. There's no point in me paying for one session. Why don't I just get the eight sessions? And that was like the best money I've ever spent, and I feel so much better. I'm being honest.
I
It's just
know, because I mean that's the thing. Like lots of people, like I like to be really transparent because I mean I am like you, because you're one of those people that it's like. So when Marjorie shared, like, I'm really good friends with Marjorie now because she's been attracted to work with me, and then we've got really close. But I've met Pammie through doing shamanic work, and then you got to know more of the other bits that I do. And then, like I say, like, so you're a great example of, because you're not the only one of my friends that does, invest in me as well. And it's like, it is an honor that I'm a rare kind of rarity in the fact that somehow it just works. You know what I mean? Like, it would, some people would be like, oh, it's not wise to kind of, for you to be your friend's, therapist or your friend's counselor, but actually it does work, because that's the thing that, before we forget to mention that as well, that this is the magical lady that does my massage. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm really proud that it's to have, to see you sharing more of that. And then it's kind of like, because I'm going on about how amazing the massage is, that you merge with the other stuff that you do, the energy, because it's not just a massage, it's an energy healing as well. And it's, and I really do feel that is why I am actually not ill at this, because usually I am always ill at this point in November. And it's because I made that, and that's very much in line with what I always say to the soul family is, for me, it just happens to be a massage, but because you do the healing with it, it's like I'm getting exactly what it is I need. But really, it's about how much, because you're sharing about how, I've helped you, but it actually says a lot to how much I trust you. Because I always say that to the soul family. Like, I don't, if people want to send me love, I'll accept the love, but I don't, like, my guides just actually, you'll know that from when you heal me. My guides are like big bouncers, you know what I mean? They really won't just let anybody heal me. But because obviously me and you have got a good friendship and a good relationship, I mean, I fall asleep now. I don't know if I snore, Pammy, but I certainly sort of float off somewhere else. And it's, and then I've told my other friends that are local about you, and they've went to, and it's, that building this sort of new earth community vibe. And this is what we're moving into. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously the majority of my clients are unfortunately in America and all over the different parts of the world. But when it means that when people come to visit me here, you know what I mean? It's like, if they need a massage or that, well, you're the go-to. And it's but you see, that is I like it that it's like I've been able to support you in that way. And now it's like reciprocal, that it's like, oh, now it's like I can be vulnerable back with you. And it's yeah, it's really quite beautiful. But yeah, that is quite, it is, it's kind of in line with what Marjorie said about that. It's, you originally, because that's good for people to know that you, because you'd oh yeah, because that would be quite good if you were willing to share about a bit about how that helped you, because that's what people want to know in this week actually. Is you done both, you done both my challenges, didn't you, in the Facebook? So it was in the Facebook group. um and because that's basically what people are going to be doing this week. Obviously it does, I don't feel it translates as well on YouTube, but I definitely do try try my best. But because that I was sharing before about, the different things that people done. So it's, I can't remember exactly what it was you done, but it was just pushing yourself further out your comfort zone, wasn't it, with stuff?
Yeah. Hmm.
um and then it would have been whatever I was selling at the end of that week. One of the times, I think it was the second time, wasn't it? So the first time round I was probably selling the packages of 4, and then you got that. And then the second time it was probably the therapy, and you got that. So it's quite nice that you've been a continuation. So it was like you got a wee bit, and well, you've done a session with me, and you liked it, and then you thought, right, well, it's worth it to get the 4, and you've done that. And then that's what basically you've just said, is that because you've done a little bit and then it's worth it, you've done the therapy. I mean, I'm always honoured when people say things like that, because it's that is huge, that you, because again, hopefully you don't mind me saying that it is, it's like the transformation in you was amazing, because you are just so kind and so amazing. And all the bits and bobs that, Pammie does the shamanic stuff as well, so it's like you just bring that glittery Pammie magic to everything anyway. But the difference is now is like, you don't take anybody's crap either, but you're still you. You know what I mean? So it's like you're still you, and you're holding those boundaries. And it's like, and it's well, yeah. I'm just really proud of you. Like, I'm proud of everyone I work with, but I'm really proud, like, that you are still, you've not lost the magic that is you, but it's without people kind of, yeah, taking advantage of that. It's just
Yeah.
basically what happened to
It's,
me over the years as well, isn't it?
it's good as well because a lot of people maybe take advantage, or like if I try and pull away like friendships, girl friendships, or or like boyfriends, like maybe if you make me feel guilty, or yeah, like it put the onus back on me, like how dare you, do you know what I mean? And I'd feel bad as
Mhm.
well, or I couldn't speak up. And then Claire's helped me to speak up in like a lot of different ways, but be firm but polite, and just like I've cut a lot of friendships, like friendships that like in a kind loving way, but that it was just one way traffic. It's not friendship's two way, but also too as well. Or what I say as well, we're our friends, but we also respect our people's businesses as well.
Yeah,
A
and
lot of
you're
people,
very good with that.
a lot of people who have businesses are like friendship and business, and they intertwine and they won't pay. But we have like or any people that I do business with, we have like the boundaries as well, which I always think is good as well. You're paying for a service, that person has gone and studied, and I think it's rude that people either ask for discount or come and think that, oh, I'll just get
Mate,
one,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
mates rates and stuff as well, and that's really disrespectful
But
to
then, isn't
people.
it? It's like what I always find quite nice about it though is with the work that I do, and I know it's the same for you. Is although I have got my boundaries with my business. Also, it's like when especially when it's my friends. Like so, for instance, like you know what I mean. Like whenever you come to healing for me, what's quite good because I'm thinking about I won't mention who because obviously that's private, but it's like I'm thinking of another friend of mine that does that. It's like she's very business minded like you, and it's like she'll be like, right, we'll come up, we'll do the session, and then we'll close the door, and then we'll go and have tea in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean? And then, or we'll have tea in the kitchen, and then we'll do the session. And that's very much like whenever you're doing any with me, that is exactly what we do as well. And it just works because and again, it is because of that respecting one another. And then it's the same with when I come to you, like you will do the exact same thing. Do you know? It's like this is our friendship, and then this is our business. And I think that is, yeah, that's really valuable for people to know. Along with what you said there about I mean, by the way, you can just talk like you're talking to me. I mean, obviously, Pammie's been doing other work today, so I'm not going to keep you much longer than it needs to be
It's
because,
all good, it's all good. I
like
don't
you
you
say,
worry,
some people
don't
do.
worry
But
about,
I mean, people are interested. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because
And
it's although there's some people that are new to you, the other women that were in the private group, like I bet you, like I can feel it now because I can feel the energy of it. Like they'll be like, "Wow," because do you know what I mean? It's like you came on all sparkly and amazing. The other time when when you shared, I think because you that was it. Somehow did you not? I think you shared in the group the first challenge, and then I think you did come back and share after we'd done something else, and they were like, oh, so it's kind of like it's like now they'll be like, wow, because
yeah,
you are just. I'm not just saying it like same with Marjorie. Like, I mean, this is what how raw and real I am. Is that I was prepared for both you to be like, oh, I don't know if I want to be, you know, on YouTube like in public, and I was prepared for Marjorie to say the same. But both of you were like, yeah, and I was like, by the way, don't if don't feel like you have to. You'll do it when you're ready. And I think that really speaks to the trust that we've got and the trust that you've
yeah,
got in yourself that you're like, actually, no, what? I'm ready. I'm ready to be
yeah.
seen.
Absolutely, but then you also help me with the hypnotherapy. I do acting, and I've been quite shy. Even actors are quite shy, and I don't want to. It reminds me of my nephew and myself as well. I was like, yes, I want to be a star, but I don't want to shine my light. I don't want to be. I don't want to go on any like social media or anything like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my nephew, he's really funny as well. He wants work, but he doesn't want to chat to anybody. And I was like, you have to
But,
chat to people.
and that's good that you said that actually, because that ties in with when I've spoke to people about the 12th house. It ties in with what is in your 12th house. Like it made perfect sense. But I think what's brilliant about you is I was able to see where you're so suited to the different types of work that you do now that you've and this is what I love like when I look at someone's chart I'll say what I see and sometimes people are ready to hear it and they roll with it which you
Yeah,
absolutely did because that was like 2 years ago now and you
yeah.
think wow
And then
but
you said in my 12th house when you looked, just to go back to the beginning,
yeah
you were saying that I was very good, like because I always loved music. I was very good at like the crystal healing bowls, and that's what I love. I
hmm
love doing the crystal
hmm
healing bowls. I do that. I went out of London, I trained, and even like now, look at me, like all cheesy, smiley. I love doing that. I love it. I love
light
it.
you up
Yeah, it just total twinkles me up. But Claire saw that, 2 years ago. She was like, you're going to be the sound healer. I was like, what? Like, are you for real? Like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're just like, you
Yeah,
nuts. That's what it's like. I
yeah,
think it's a do you nuts, but
yeah.
that's what I love and it lights me up. That's what makes me happy.
Yeah, because specifically what it was again, because that's the biggest part, well, crystal clear visions, because I can see, obviously, with all the other stories that I talk about here all the time, I can see things before they happen, like sometimes 10 years in the future, 5 years, 2 years, a year, month. And I don't always know exactly when, but what I saw with you, I mean, I can't even remember what I said because it's obviously spirit speaking through me, but it was like, I remember saying something about, because your Mercury's in the 12th house. And it's because there's loads of things about that. And again, there's loads of people that work with me have actually got that placement and other things there. So they'll resonate. Some people will resonate with what I'm saying. So this will really help people. Is what I'd said is, and again, can I just state actually, it's like me and Pammie are like, Pammie, like you're literally one of my like closest friends now. But it's kind of like back then when I looked at the chart, we were friends, but we weren't as close as what we are now. You know what I mean? So it was like I didn't know all the stuff that so I was like, oh, I mean, it feels like we've been friends about a million years now, but just because we've known each other lifetimes. But it's kind of like I said something about, you may have been quite shy when you were younger. You might still kind of be quite shy in some circumstances, which actually, you know, I'd always sort of seen you as very ta-da, and they got a bit like that beautiful top that you're on that I want, that you've got on that I want. It's like, that glitz and glam, because you are that too. You're very Leo, but because I know you really well, it's like you also know about me, and actually so does everyone on YouTube as well. They just might not believe it because I really come to life with my Leo midheaven on YouTube, but you know that when I'm in group stuff like that, like I'm really quite, I usually am just very pal with one person or a couple of people that I trust, and I kind of go into myself more. And I mean, you've seen that me bloom as well. I've seen you bloom, but I've seen you bloom, and that's really what's quite nice about it. But they took me all over the place there, but that's right. But yeah, the thing about, I remember saying something about you'd be suited to some kind of silent healing. That was it. And then I was like, yeah, and it's got something to do with music and that. And I said all this stuff, and then before you knew it, and it was, I think it was a new moon in Taurus, and your moon in Taurus. And then it was like when you did go down to London, I don't know if it was like 6 months later on the full moon in Taurus, or if it was like a year later. But remember, we worked out it was something like whatever. So that's really, actually, that is, oh my God, I'm getting so geeky. That's what's really powerful about this week, because I'm going to publish this video um probably on the Thursday, probably on the Thursday actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to publish it on the Thursday. So it's kind of like, this works really well because we've not even done it yet, but the seeds that are planted
Mm.
midweek during this challenge will come to fruition around 6 months from when people do it live. If people do it on replay, then they have to sort of work that one out themselves. But it's quite exciting. It's like there really was truth in it for you, that even when I said it to you, you're like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Because you're like me, you'd already trained in different things and maybe weren't even doing anything with it. But that's what I think is amazing, is that it's all magically come together for you. The stuff that we've done together, learned, and then the other bits involved that you've done, because the divine detox, because it was only you, Marjorie, and another woman that done that as well. Like that's what we were just talking about off camera, and I was saying, Marjorie mentioned as well that it was like, because we focused on a whole load of decluttering and all that. It's amazing that what we energetically cleared, like what? So that's like nearly a year. It's not a year and a half, is it? It's like a year and a bit, because it was
Yeah.
September 2021. Yeah, it's like actually coming to fruition now. Like all the things, the intentions that we set. So it's a really good example of that's true manifestation, is clearing the space, and then and that's hypnotherapy too. You plant the seed and you're like, wait a minute, actually, I'm sure this is something that I put out there ages ago, and it's just but yeah, I love that about you, that it was in your chart, and it's just amazing that you are, Taurus moon is about manifestation, and it is the physical material world, and it's not a coincidence that last full moon we just had was in Taurus, and you are totally getting on with stuff where you stalled, and that again, that is bringing it back to, that is what this challenge is all about. Okay, let's go. Which, Pammie, you always love whenever you, with both those challenges, Pammie's given me a card, and it's like you've always just wrote something in the card like, fuck it, let's go, thanks for your help and everything. And it's just, it is, yeah. And I think I'm being all reminiscent now, but it is funny when I think the progress that, like you say, that you've made. I can think the other people, and me too. The fact that this is going to be shown in public, it's
Amazing,
quite
yeah.
exciting.
So just to summarise, to catch up on myself, I'm just going to like summarise for everybody.
Sure.
Myself was like for speaking up. Speaking up. Claire's helped me with speaking up on boundaries, and being true to myself as well. Maybe not being able to speak up or say no, or like how to deal with people also as well. To help me with like the hypnotherapy. That's like it was just been amazing, and it's planting the seed. And as soon as you plant a seed, people think a tree. The next day the tree appears, but the tree doesn't appear. It just takes a wee
Oh
bit.
my God, Pammie, look,
The
you're not going to believe
the,
this.
the tree to appear. And then Claire, how would we book, and how much is it? Because I'm curious about this, please. I know you're getting the cards, but people have to know about this. Is there a
Yeah,
link?
no, I'm sharing that. I'll be sharing that in the live. Because
Amazing,
don't
amazing.
ask me shit like that, because I've got it all written down. I don't know how to.
Amazing,
Um,
amazing. No. Because the thing is, it's like people always want to know. They just want to like know
oh,
the
don't
main
worry, they
things.
know because I put it in the I put it in the info bit of the videos every day.
Mm,
But yeah, no, it's just you book by emailing Soulfam. I'm just wanting to show you something. Soulfam, don't worry, just natural, Pammie, natural. It's like, it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
not, you
But then
know, all I
people,
mean is don't forget that this is going in public. Don't be
yeah, but it
that
doesn't matter. It doesn't
natural. But
matter. Like, but the thing is, this is what we do. We do the summary, and then like people want like at the end, like, how do I book? Where's the book? Where's the line? Do you know any in
yeah,
business?
but don't worry, I always put the call to action in the comments.
Yeah,
So
but then sometimes you got,
um
but sometimes people don't want the comments. People want like call to action down below. Would love you to book.
yes, well there you go, you've done it. Look in the
Amazing. Yeah,
comments.
would love you to book.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, I have it in the info bit of the video, and
Yeah.
I put it in the comments.
Yeah,
So
but
where the hell is it?
at the end and at the beginning, at the end, yeah, please, yeah, come
Oh,
along, come along.
I can't find it, but basically that's hilarious because you don't know, because I've not even published it yet. But in one of the, literally, I think it might be in the challenge video. Oh, I don't know where it is, right? But it was, the card says something about a seed grown into a tree. So there you
Well,
go. And
well,
actually, well, do you want to, you can promote something else for me there naturally, is you did my Activate, Awaken and Amplify the Clear Zoom, didn't you?
yeah. Oh, that was
And you,
amazing. That was
yeah,
really good fun. We had like so much fun. Claire just comes up with the best ideas as well. She comes up with it. We had like the Claire Zooms, and we went into little rooms and we helped each other, and it was like teamwork makes the dream work. And like sometimes you think, oh, I'm no good. I don't know what to do.
you see,
Oh, from small seeds grow mighty trees. Yeah. Woo.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not weird, because it's just, that's
Oh,
just your, but you see that, yeah, basically, like, because you were one of the people along with the other people that done that, because it was, again, that wasn't this summer, that was last summer. It was like around the Lionsgate Court. It was August, wasn't it? It was Leo season.
yeah.
And like, I just remember you saying that, like, wow, like, you know what I mean? My clairvoyance is like it just kind of, because
Picked up.
someone
Yeah.
else, it was like, I think someone else, it was like their clairaudience, like suddenly I think that even happened to you. Like suddenly, yeah, they might have got drawn to songs before, but it was like everyday kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
other people, it was their clairvoyance, like you. And then other people, it was their sentience, like their feelings. But yeah, because that's the other thing that I'm going to be, like the Clears package is going to be getting sold as 4 sessions. I'm going to be running it from Monday the 28th November through to the 19th of December. So people can buy that as a package of 4, or they can come pay as you go, as in a one-off. But like I say, that's why I'm like, because there's too many things. It's like I'm going to have it in the comments, yeah, because like I say, there's loads of different things on offer. And like I say, people, for the big stuff like what you've spoken about, it's very rare that someone's going to be like, right, I don't know who the hell this queer person is, and I don't even know who this is Sharon, but I want to do the therapy. It will be people that have been keeping an eye
But
on my work for a while.
do you know what? Sometimes people do that. I went and bought a package. I didn't even know the guy.
Well,
Like a YouTube.
yeah, but we're different. You do that and I do that, but
Yeah,
most people don't. Most people are looking for a long asset. Like,
yeah,
trust me, there's loads of people in my radar that have done bits and bobs of work with me here and there, and it's more likely to be them. And it's actually nothing to do with people convince it, like whether I get people to do testimony, which I don't actually do video testimonials a lot. I should, because I feel it's better than me saying. But it's kind of like it's what well my voice always gets a bit louder, but yeah, what's good about it is I've lost my train of thought. What the hell was I saying there?
You were saying about video testimonials. You
But
don't
what did I say
usually.
before that?
You were saying about like YouTube.
I say for that? It's just a sign that it's like you need to go. It's like it's because we didn't want it to be any longer. This well, anyway. Oh no, that was it. Yeah. The point is like yeah, it's what I always say. Like I could find somebody as long as I've got the money there and everyone's accounted for. Yeah, I would spend big money on people if I just felt like they were worth it and they'd shown me enough of I need what that person they're hitting my pain point of what I need help with. Sometimes I've got that really spot on. Sometimes I've actually got it fucking wrong. But it was all a learning experience to help people, you know, spot that. Oh, because that's a good thing as well. Like I'm very good with discerning of not to get pulled in by fake shit. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, but whether that be in love or business, but it's but yeah, my feeling is anyone that was going to do the deeper work for me is people that already know, like, and trust me. You know what I mean? And they're like, and it was nothing about like they already knew that was going to help them, just not ready. Because with counselling, with whether we want to call it counselling or therapy, it's about you have to be ready, isn't it? Because it's like
Yeah.
it's a weekly sessions, and that's where like with Marjorie just sharing, because I only just filmed that yesterday. It's like that I loved it when Marjorie said I didn't even really, although she knew she needed help with something, she didn't even know what was going to change. And then there you go, she's leaving a job with 27 years. And I mean, that's amazing for you to hear too, because you were in that group with Marjorie. It's just linked to the other. I think that's what basically my guides are trying to point out is it's not a coincidence that nothing ever is, that you two were both in that course that I ran intensively for 4 weeks. And then this is happening in her life, and then there's exciting stuff happening in your life, there's exciting stuff happening in my life, and yet and the other women, all this exciting stuff happened. It's like it's all linked and it's
It's
like a
all connected,
continuation.
yeah. It's
It's
all
like
going together, like weaving like a web. And then
yes,
I think like with everybody is really connected and stuff as well, and it's all gonna like well it all is materializing. Just gotta let go.
yes, exactly. Detach and so like I keep saying, I keep channeling that wet, 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 sweet surrender. I won't sing, but oh, but no, I'm glad that I will let you go now and get to bed. But no, I'm glad that came up about the Claire's rooms and even just you saying how fun it was because it was really fun, but it
It was really
blasted
good.
open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was. And
and
nobody was like better than anybody else or anything like that. Everybody was like, some people are like, oh, like Sun's going to be better, but it was just really good. It was really good
that's
fun.
a good point, actually. Yeah, because some people might be like, "Oh, but what if somebody's really experienced?" But it didn't. It didn't really matter. And also, not that that really happens with my stuff, because again, I'm very good at spotting that, and it would always just be shadow work with people as well. But it's like I pop in and out the breakout rooms, and it's not like that. It's not like any pressure for somebody to be instantly like doing a psychic reading on someone or doing the mediumship. But what I find is because of the way that I teach people that stuff, it's amazing what flows through because I get people to relax and then get them to do it and focus in on what their strongest clear is. So yeah, anyway, and that's where people can, they can email soulfam wolfpack@gmail.com if they want to find out more about that. But Pammie, isn't that interesting? That's how psychic I am because it says 29 minutes and 26 seconds on my timer, and I did say I felt we were going to be 30 minutes. So no, thank you.
Oh,
Exactly.
you're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you so much for sharing, and I really do appreciate that because I know you've had a long day. So no, I really appreciate that. And like I say, if anybody wants to get a banging massage and energy healing and anything like that, then you can get in touch with me. We'll get in touch with Pammie, and yeah, right, you're yawning. Yeah, definitely time for you to go get to your bed. Right, I'm gonna how do I stop this? Right, okay, so I'm gonna stop record. Right, so yeah. I was going to say bye to the people.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye.